With Money in the Bank only 1 week away, let's see if Raw can use this to get some momentum and get fans invested in the Raw matches and the Raw competitors taking part in the Money in the Bank ladder matches. I'm Boise and this is Smack Talk's Raw Review. So we kicked off the show with every competitor from the men's and women's on ladders with mics saying that they're going to win the Money in the Bank. And it was a very generic kind of thing, but let's be honest, it makes hardly any sense when half the competitors from SmackDown aren't there, so they can all properly bicker like they usually do when it's one brand or, you know, they're all going for one type of suitcase. It was a little bit like a bit weird and it just didn't feel like it needed to be part of a show, but it's a traditional kind of thing. And it was quite funny watching Kevin Owens complain that Braun Strowman should be only allowed to use small ladders because he's like 700 feet tall and he could just jump up and pick up the suitcase himself, which was a great point. But who cares about all that? Let's talk about someone who got a haircut. Yes, Baron Corbin. They finally made him chop off that awful long hair. Let's be honest, it needed to be done. And it looks a lot better, Baron Corbin. Well done. You look good. Well done, Baron. You know, he's now an authority figure and you can tell him and, you know, Kurt Angle can go to the same barbers together. I love it. So no complaints. So for Baron Corbin's haircut, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Funny opening segment to the show. But that moves us on to a fatal 4-way match with all 4 Raw women's competitors taking each other on. And what a start to the show it was. My God, if this is how you're going to kick off the show, it's an absolutely brilliant way because all 4 women were fantastic. Alexa Bliss, Natalya, Sasha Banks and Ember Moon. Ember Moon for me was the key player in the whole damn match, and every brilliant high spot she was nearly always involved in. Sasha Banks also high flying moves were fantastic. Alexa Bliss's I don't give a damn and absolutely brilliant heel tactics were fantastic, and Natalya being the injured babyface was fantastic as well. There's a lot of fantastic in this match, I've got to say, but it was so much fun. It was great to see the women allowed to just go all out, and it just really proves what a top star someone like Ember Moon is going to be very soon in that women's division. Natalya got the win, the shock really, because she was the most injured. She was playing still on that leg injury which she got last week from Nia Jax. But yes, I'm excited. It's made me more excited for the women's ladder match at Money in the Bank, so I'm not going to complain and I'm going to give this a good 7 out of 10. Hell, it was close to getting an 8. It was that good of a match. So well done, ladies. Next up, we're going to try and drop it down a little bit because unfortunately, what the hell's happened to Breezango? Because when they first came back onto Raw, they beat the former Raw Tag Team Champions, The Bar, and now they're jobbing out to absolutely every Raw Tag Team which is available. They're like Heath, Slater and Rhyno, but they've never held a title. It's absolutely mind-boggling what's going on here. They were taking on Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, and yes, they are slightly higher up than getting beaten by the B Team, which they have lost twice to, but it's just unbelievable that a tag team who was quite fun and like the fans did like a lot on SmackDown Live are now just seen as, look, pretty much get everyone else over, and that's your job now on the Raw Tag Team division. We don't have any room for you to do your great, fashion files or anything like that. We're not going to have those. We're just going to have you job out to every single tag team on the Raw Tag Team division, apart from Heath, Slater and Rhyno, because they're our original jobbing team. But yes, Dolph Ziggler and McIntyre were absolutely dominant, no surprise there. And I like the zigzag claymore finisher, I think it's really good. So I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10, only because Dolph Ziggler and McIntyre are awesome. And that's about it, and their finisher does look absolutely brilliant. Next up we had Roman Reigns taking on Singh. That's right, it was supposed to be Roman versus Jinder. They all made it sound like it was going to be that, but no, Jinder was like, I never said I was challenging you. You're going to challenge him, Sunil. And he's like, what? It made it as well. He made it sound like the Great Khali was going to come back and fight Roman Reigns. That would have been something interesting. But no, we got Roman and Sunil. It was very quick. Roman won with one Superman punch, one spear, and that was it. And then, obviously, Jinder Mahal attacked Roman. Good heel tactics, I must say. And used his finisher, the Colossus, to pretty much knock down Roman. So what do we think about this Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal rivalry, which hopefully will be over after Money in the Bank? I can't wait for it to be over. It's absolutely nonsensical, and it's just one way to try and get Roman over, but my god, it's not worked. So I'm gonna give this a poor 4 out of 10. Unlucky Roman, you're still not doing it right, are you, lad? So next up we had Heath Slater and Rhyno taking on the B team, and let's be honest, we knew once Heath Slater and Rhyno were in the ring they weren't going to win. So the B team are still undefeated, and they're ready to take on the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Deleters of World, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. And they were even had the Raw Tag Team Champions come out and celebrate the B team's victory, even though Matt Hardy called them mules and get ready to, I think Matt Hardy even offered to eat both Axel and Dallas, which was a bit weird, but again, you kind of expect it from those two. So the B team won. Where is that coming from? The B team won, and now we're gonna see them probably lose to the Deleters of Worlds, but I'm still looking forward to this match because I think it could still be quite entertaining. So I'm gonna still give this a 5 out of 10. Good effort. Next up we had Elias' typical segment where he goes out into the middle of the ring, performs a song, insults both Seth Rollins and the crowd, and the city is in. Obviously, then he shows off his new custom guitar, which has the Intercontinental title on it, stating he will now be playing with that guitar once he beats Seth for the title. Seth comes out, obviously, knocks Elias out of the ring, and what's left in the ring, but of course, Elias's very own custom guitar. And what does Seth do, which every big babyface does? Destroys the innocent guitar, that poor guitar, and pretends to play it while it's destroyed, while Elias is like, oh, my guitar. So yeah, for a segment, for a promo, do I want to watch this match even more? I'm already invested in this Rollins versus Elias match, I'm not going to lie. So for me, it was an okay segment. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. It was just a bit corny, Seth playing the guitar after he destroyed it, so yeah. Next up we had Ruby Riott taking on Bayley in a singles match, and of course Ruby Riott had Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan on her side watching on. And to be honest, they didn't get involved in too much of a match, only at the bitter end. But it was a very hard hitting match, and I'm going to give Bayley and Ruby Riott good credit for actually entertaining me better than I was expecting. When I heard this match was going to happen, I was kind of like, I've seen it already, do I want to see it again? But no, it was a lot better than the first time I've seen it. And to be honest, it felt a lot better as well. Watching them hitting the crap out of each other felt a lot harder. So I'm going to give this a solid 6 out of 10 because I think both women did very well. Ruby Riott won, of course she did. Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan got involved. And then after the match, Ruby Riott wrote R on Bayley's belly and wrote with lipstick and as well on her face. Very weird, but I'm guessing that's now their new thing, tagging people after victory. I wonder who did that first. I think it was like a you know, a click or something, like an order, like a new world order might have done this once before. Who knows? We'll just have to keep an eye out on this one, won't we? Next up, we had Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey do a face-to-face interview with Curt in the middle, and it was probably Ronda's best promo so far. That's about it. She's getting into the Hall of Fame of UFC, so they had to mention that about 6 times during the interview. Ronda is very much over, no surprise, but it was a very mixed reaction for Nia Jax. I don't think the fans really know where to root for her or to boo her because, hell, well done writers, you booked her as a heel, yet you've forgotten she's technically still a babyface, so you don't know what to do half the time. So the crowd's now even more confused. Should we cheer for Nia? Should we boo her? Who knows? What should we do with Nia Jax? I don't know. But yes, she said that Ronda was beautiful, smart, and all this lot, and she's accomplished a lot outside WWE, but she's done nothing in WWE, which is valid points. So Nia's interview was good. She put out a lot of true on facts. Ronda's was, I'm ready, I've always been ready, I'm going to destroy you. I mean, she puts Nia Jax in an armbar after Nia tried to punch her, she headbutts her, and they get into a scrap. Of course they are, it's a face-to-face, and Nia taps out. So what could we see? Could we see Nia tap out at Money in the Bank? Most likely. Ronda's very much the favourite to win that title because WWE are desperate to give her a title, so we'll have to wait and see. But for me, the segment gets a 5 out of 10 because, like I said, it's definitely Ronda's best interview. Next up, we had Curt Hawkins versus No Way Jose, and it was a quick match, very quick. Curt Hawkins pretended to be part of the conga line, tried to trick No Way Jose. It made it look like he wasn't coming out to the ring. No Way's guard was down. Curt Hawkins tried to pin him, didn't work. No Way fastball, gets the pin, and that's Curt Hawkins' 201 defeats at WWE. Wow, he was a former tag team champion with Zack Ryder at one point. Wow, that was a long time ago. But yeah, this is getting a 3 out of 10. I'm happy No Way got a win, and he's no longer Baron Corbin's, punching bag, so I'm happy there. Next up, we had Sami Zayn challenge Bobby Lashley to an obstacle course, and oh god, if this segment didn't go on too long, it was already unbelievably worse than I could expect it to be. I'm not saying it's the worst segment I've seen in a long time. It isn't. It was better than a lot, but again, it just went on longer than it needed to. I like Sami Zayn being a heel. I like the rivalry that he's building with Bobby Lashley, but my god, it's so dry right now. Bobby Lashley just makes me want to stop watching sometimes and fast forward through certain segments, and that's a shame because he is a talented wrestler. I know he's a good wrestler. It's just this rivalry with Sami Zayn is just not doing anything for me, and I honestly really wish it was, because I think both men are very talented, but I just don't think this is working as what it could definitely be. So yeah, Lashley did the obstacle course, of course he did, and what happens when he finished it? Sami Zayn attacked him, beat the crap out of him, and that was the end of the segment. What do I think? You could see it a mile away, you knew what was going to happen, and sometimes it's just best not to do these type of segments if the fans can already read what's going to happen. For me, I'm going to give this another 3 out of 10 because yes, the obstacle course, no, I'll change that, 4 out of 10 because the obstacle course was interesting and I thought that was quite cool how quickly Bobby Lashley did it. Yes, it's a small obstacle course, but Titus O'Neil might have tripped over if he tried it, but a 4 out of 10. And finally, we get to our main event of the night, which was a fatal 4-way match between Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, and Bobby Roode. And during the night, Kevin Owens came up to both Finn and Bobby and said, look, we need to team up because let's be honest, Braun Strowman is a monster and there's no way we could beat him by ourselves. Which is absolutely logical. It's weird that Kevin Owens is the most intelligent man in the locker room, yet because he's the most intelligent, everyone just goes, we can't trust him. He makes a lot of sense. Yes, he's a heel, but damn, 9 times out of 10, he's always right or always telling the truth. It's just that he's a heel when he does it. And the match itself was really fun. It was exactly what you want in this type of match. Completely different to what we got in the women's Fatal 4-Way match, where every single woman was pulling off absolutely brilliant, high-end, hard-hitting techniques. This one was more integrated of, first, we can't trust each other. They started to try and take each other out. Then they realised they had to work together to take out Braun Strowman. They did take out Braun Strowman finally after a frog splash off a frigging ladder by Kevin Owens, which took both him and Braun out. Bobby and Finn tried to battle it out to get the victory. Then Kevin Owens got back in the match. Then Braun got back, and then all 3 men tried to team up once again to take out Braun, and then obviously Kevin tried to trick Bobby into getting a pin, and it was a good match. There was a lot of good psychology all around it, and I gotta give every single man their due. They really outperformed each other, and Kevin Owens was, for me, the best thing on the whole thing. Yes, Braun did win the match, no surprise, he's the monster. I don't think he's going to win the Money in the Bank suitcase, but definitely building Braun stronger and stronger each and every time. All 3 men used their finishes on him and still couldn't put him away. That's fine, I'm used to that. Obviously we need to protect Braun, but my god, it was a great match, and Kevin Owens was, for me, MVP throughout the whole match. So I'm going to give this as well a 7 out of 10. Kevin Owens, come and get your award. There's no award, but if there was an award, you'd get the award, so well done. And there you go, guys, that was Raw for this week. What did I think? I thought the good bits were good and the bad bits were bad. Of course, that's how it works. But it was entertaining from the start, and the finish was really entertaining as well. So what can I say? Well, first thing first, Baron Corbin's got a haircut, but apart from that, I am definitely still looking forward to Money in the Bank. I think it was a better episode this week than what we had last week. Not hard. And I think the whole show got a 6 out of 10. It was very entertaining. So well done to WWE Raw. And that's it for this week for Raw. We'll see you tomorrow for Smack Talk review. And if you want to follow the channel, you can follow the channel at Smack Talk YouTube. That's Smack Talk YouTube. And you can follow me on Twitter at Boise88. And please like and subscribe and press the notification button, guys. Okay, I'll see you guys later.